What's the biggest problem in building a lighthouse in NoMansSky? Is it the fact that we don't have a proper spotlight, or the fact that even if we did, there wouldn't be a way to make it turn? No, the real problem is quite different. It's the fact that most items you can place on your base have a very limited render distance. That means when you move a certain distance away from the object, the game decides it's okay to stop rendering it. So, can we solve the spotlight issue? Maybe. Can we solve the rotation part? Sure. Can we solve the render distance? GoodGuysFree here, and if you want to know how to solve the render distance issue, stick with me in this slightly longer video I recorded while building it for a friend. Let's get started. Trademark Shelton, who's been a great viewer and a great helper to the channel many times before, has asked me to come and see a lighthouse that he made and asked if I can figure out a way to make something that looks more of a lighthouse than what he did. What he did was fine, except I had an idea that he kind of liked. So here's what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do is actually build just a raised platform to get this thing started. I'll make something that is a little bit further high up, just so we can start things and not do them on the ground floor. And then using the build camera, I'm going to go up and build a platform here where I'm going to place the lighthouse thingy, mechanism, whatever you want to call it. Make it a 3x3 for good measure. And this is just an example. Now, one of the first things we need to do is to add a glitch point. Yes, this is going to require some glitch building. I want to be able to place something with exact precision right at the middle of where this timber floor is. So I'm going to actually remove it. And I'm going to use a trick which guarantees that we get a glitch point that is exactly parallel to where we need it. So basically I'm going to take a power door. I'm going to place it here. Now I'm going to remove this panel, duplicate it, and now instead of placing it, I'm going to use the wire glitch to create a wire that starts exactly in the middle of that floor, just like this. This is done by pressing the controls for place part and switch to wire mode at the same time, with a slight preference to being switched to wire mode. I'm going to attach it to the power door. Now notice that the power door has two connectors. I'm going to connect it to this one. It doesn't really matter which one, but this guarantees that this wire here, this wire is exactly vertical compared to the door, but it is at an angle compared to the floor. So what we do is we now duplicate a floor on top of this. We switch back to editing mode. We remove this floor. Now we duplicate another floor, and instead of placing it, we do another wire glitch. This wire glitch is going to give us a wire point exactly in the middle of that floor. And we attach it right there. Now if we look at the wire, it is perfectly vertical. Now we can duplicate a floor on top of it, and we have a good glitch point. At this time, we can remove the power door. It removes the other wire, but it doesn't remove the wire that's here in the middle. You can see it. If we switch to wire mode, we can see that wire. It's still there, and that's what we need. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build something that'll give me a vertical wall, but I need it to be a little bit higher than the floor position. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Colossus Geobay, but I want to make it really, really small. So I'm going to use the scale glitch. In order to make the scale glitch, we need to take a part that is scalable, that the game does allow to resize, and create a wire that's really, really small. We do that by taking the part, switching to wire mode, starting a wire, pulling it a certain distance, switching back from wire, and then using the scale size controls, and I'm going to reduce it in size to the minimum size. Now I'm going to use the wire glitch again, and now we have a wire that's really, really thin. To make a comparison, just so that it's easy to see, let's place another wire right next to it. It's easy to see that the regular wire is a lot thicker. All right, now I'm going to take a Colossus Geobay, and I'm going to use the universal adjacency glitch. That means that we're looking at the part. We're going to use the controls to switch to wire and change into editing mode at the same time, with slight preference to the switch wire. This basically moves the part into some kind of internal cache. Okay, if we see a wire, that means that didn't work and we need to try it again. What we're looking for is this. It says wiring mode enabled, but now we are in editing mode. We need to see this cursor. Now we can go back here and we look at the tiny wire we have and we use the key to duplicate it. Now we take the duplicated wire and now we use a wire glitch and wire glitch. There we have it. Yeah, that's perfect. We actually don't need this one or this one here, these walls. We can remove them, okay? Now I want to make another one like this one. I can just go back here, select the Colossus GeoBay, the big one. It says limited to 1 per base, but using the controls to switch wire and change into editing mode at the same time to put it in the cache still works, okay? If you see this thing and you see that you are in editing mode, that means it worked and you can do this. Right, now we duplicate the tiny wire, we go to the other side and wire glitch. And they look like they are almost perfectly aligned. That's enough. That really is enough. Now let's remove this thing, the timber wall between them. That's fine. The last thing we need to do is to take a summoning station and place it at the exact point in between them. I already see that it may be a little bit too high. So what I do is basically I switch to wire. I find the wire that we left there in the middle and we wire glitch. Ooh, that didn't work. Try again, switch to wire mode, snap to the center point and build. And here's the thing. Okay, that's what this looks like. Here's the nice thing. You can see that this is currently nighttime here. I can go really, really far and the game still renders this. Okay, let me go as far as I can, around 300, more than 300 U, up on that ridge over there. And the whole thing here is the fact that the Colossus GeoBay has a very, very long or a very large draw distance. Other things that I've tried with, for example, I've tried to use the candelabra bloom, which makes a lot of light, but the problem is that the candelabra bloom gets starts to disappear at around 150 U away, and the reason for that, there you go, you can see it. Okay, and how far are we? Let's see. So we are 426 U from this. You can still see it, no problem. There you go. Now, is that a good lighthouse? Does that throw out a beam? No. But that's the best we can do at this time.
Or is it? I tried to use light fissures as beams, but even at 260 U from the lighthouse, the game already decided not to render them. And anyway, the light from the fissure simply goes through the summoning station's radar dish, making it really pointless. The Colossus GeoBays, 820 U away. You can still see them. Look, the game decided not to render the island that the lighthouse is on, but the building and the GeoBays right there. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more NoMansSky tips and tutorials. If you need assistance with anything or you want to meet new players, our Discord server is waiting for you. GoodGuysFree here, and I'll see you again soon.